So I am so sorry, but last night I completely forgot to upload this video. So if you're wondering what's on my face, don't worry. It is a night wrapping mask that I'm wearing this morning because, again, I forgot to put it on last night. But without further ado, I said I would share the story of the worst part about prison. Again, me being when I was locked up, I have already lived like this really screwed up, messed up life. And so, because of my past, I was already kind of nervous whenever I was in county jail and I knew I was going to prison. But I did not expect what happened when I got there. And so I wish I could say it was the food or it was the people or it was something, an overall general statement. It was not. The worst part about prison was one in particular thing that happened on day one. So, once you go and you get to your court date and they tell you what your sentencing is, and you go back to the county and you wait for them to pick you up. Well, I waited, and when they came and got me, it was this older couple who took me there from the sheriff's department. And mind you, I had never been outside of West Texas at the time. And so a tree to me is like a bush. If you are from West Texas, you know what I'm saying. And then we go down to over by Houston in Dayton, I think is what it's called, to Plain State Prison. So we get out, or I get out, and they bring my stuff behind me or whatever. And when I get into the doors, there were two older women who were standing on this side of this red line. And then there were two guards that were standing on the other side of the red line. They were screaming at me from the moment I walked in the door, telling me to hurry up, and it was like this huge warehouse room. And they were just like so hateful. And as soon as the door slammed closed, which was one of the worst sounds you could ever hear, I think, to me it was. And I'm not being dramatic. And I'm looking over and I'm trying to figure out what we're supposed to be doing because I'm completely lost. Mind you, this is my first time ever in prison and it will be my last time. So I'm listening to the instructions of this lady who is this huge butch looking lady. She's probably about 6 foot tall, probably weighs about 300 pounds, very broad shouldered woman, and she has a flashlight in her hand. And the other lady is also screaming to take off your clothes, do all these things. And I am trying to figure out what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. They tell me one's yelling, take off your shirt. The other one's yelling, take off your pants, to put it out in front of you and to shake it and do all this stuff. And so I'm trying to follow instructions and I am so lost and terrified. Luckily, it was two other women with me who were also being stripped down. They were two elderly women. Both of them had to be at least over 50 years old. They looked like they had it all together. They looked like they had all that they have been here before and they were professionals. Me, on the other hand, I was lost. Okay, so I am trying to do what they tell me to do, and I'm doing all this stuff, and then they start yelling at me, open your mouth, let me see your nose, turn and let me see your ears, behind your ears, open your mouth, blah, 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 and they tell you all this stuff to do. Mind you, I am completely butt naked. So I am uncomfortable. I am a very, if you know my background, you know that I have been assaulted and all this other stuff from a very young age. So I have never in my life been comfortable with my body. I have wore oversized clothes, oversized shirts, even to the swimming pool as a child. I just was never comfortable. And so here I am standing butt naked with these two older women with two ladies staring at me. And I remember they tell me, to lift this, to be able to look, right? And then they tell you to turn your arms around, and then they tell you to turn. Now I am facing the wall, and they are telling me lift up my feet, wiggle my toes, do all this stuff, right? And then we get to this part where, mind you, I have been up all night on this transport, right? I haven't been able to sleep. I'm nervous already getting there. And so I am just frazzled and uncomfortable and scared all at the same time. And this one experience, I think, changed me ever. I didn't have to even they could have just skipped the whole 4 years that I did And not even, they could have skipped all that time and it would have made just as an impact, this one experience. And it was the most terrifying, most uncomfortable thing. So then we get into, they tell you to grab your buttocks and to spread them. Mind you, they are screaming at me. They are not just giving me what to do instructions. They are screaming at me. And so I'm so lost, and I'm watching these two other women, hoping that I can watch them and figure out what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm watching them, and then I grab and I spread. Then they tell me to bend over. I am terrified, like, why am I bending over? Why? What? And so I'm having all these thoughts in my head, and this lady walks up like a foot from me with this flashlight, is screaming at me, and she says, "Bend over further," and I'm just lost. And so she screams this at me, and then she says, "I want to see both holes," and I'm confused. I'm confused. So I turn around and I show her my mouth. I'm like, and I try to show her my mouth. And she screams off the top of her lungs at me, "Bend over." And I am like terrified. I am like, what is she talking about? Wanting to see both holes. And I am just, and then it dawns on me what she is saying. I am so mortified because this woman is less than 2 feet away from me with a mag flashlight, screaming to want to see both holes and me in a bent over position. I promise you, that moment broke me. I will never, ever, you will never find me in a TDC prison again as an inmate, because I was just mortified. And these two older ladies are just going on about their business like no big deal. Just, they are already done. They're already standing there complete with whatever task it is that we're doing. Humiliation is what it really was for me. Then after we get done, and I'm in tears. And I am a thug, okay, at this moment. I have been in a gang. I have been in a lot of violence. I have been a dealer. I have been a pimp. I have been all of these things, and nothing ever prepared me for this moment, that I would have to be bending over with my legs spread and a flashlight a foot from me while someone else is checking me out. So it does not compare to a pap smear at the hospital, okay? This is way, I am so frazzled. And then they say, leave everything there on the ground and walk all the way across the room where there are at least 100 other women, butt naked, to go line up for a shower, butt naked, with all these women. And they give you this teeny tiny bar of soap that's called lye soap, I guess. And it's supposed to help with, like, if you have any lice or any of these things. I am standing there, mortified, in tears. And all I can think to myself is, I probably look like the scariest. And y'all, I weighed probably 120 pounds at that time. At 5 foot, nothing. I probably look like the weakest person ever. And so many of the other people just looked like it was just casual, like it was nothing. I don't know, but this was the most terrifying thing of prison for me. Not to mention, I had to do this all over again 7 times a day, if not more sometimes, once I went to the trustee camp. But that one specific time broke me, and that right there was the most horrifying thing of prison I have ever been through. And I promise you, I don't wish that on anybody. Invasion of space and privacy, and just, it's meant to break you, and it did. It broke me. I hope this is entertaining to y'all, because it was my life, and I will be sharing more.